Imagine this. A sitting high court judge facing serious allegations that could actually lead to their removal. It's quite something. Today, we're diving deep into how India's constitution handles exactly that, using the current proceedings against Justice Yashwant Varma of the Allahabad High Court as our case study. So, if you're prepping for exams or just interested in judicial accountability, this is for you. We'll unpack the case facts and the whole constitutional procedure.
Yeah, and what's really striking is how this case highlights just how careful the process is. It's, deliberately rigorous. It seems designed more for absolute certainty than speed. Protecting judicial independence seems, well, paramount.
That's a great point. So let's focus on Justice Varma. What exactly kicked all this off?
It revolves around what people are calling the cash at home row. This surfaced back in March 2025.
Cash at home.
Yes, apparently after a fire at his official residence, large amounts of unexplained cash were discovered. Stacks of it.
Wow, okay. Unexplained cash. That sounds serious. What happened next, legally speaking?
Well, an internal inquiry, a panel of 3 judges looked into it. They concluded the charges were, pretty substantial.
And Justice Varma's response?
He challenged that inquiry process, took it to the Supreme Court, but the court upheld the inquiry. They rejected his challenge.
Okay, so the internal judicial process found weight to the charges. How did it then jump to Parliament?
That was a big step. The Lok Sabha Speaker admitted a motion for his removal, and importantly, this motion had signatures from 146 MPs.
146. That's significant backing.
It is. That action formally started the parliamentary removal process. A 3-member inquiry committee was then set up specifically to investigate these charges against him.
Right, so there's a very specific path laid out. Let's talk about that constitutional procedure. What are the actual grounds for removing a high court judge?
The Constitution is very specific. It's only on grounds of proven misbehavior or incapacity. That's the standard.
Proven misbehavior or incapacity.
Okay. And just a note, people often say impeachment, but the Constitution doesn't actually use that word for judges. It talks about proceedings under Article 218.
Good clarification. And who makes the final call? The president.
Yes, the president issues the final removal order, but only after a motion is passed by both houses of parliament. And not just passed, but passed with a special majority.
The special majority. Let's break down the steps under the Judges Inquiry Act, 1968. How does it start?
Okay, so first, initiation. A motion can start in either the Lok Sabha or the Rajya Sabha.
Either house.
Yes, but it needs notice signed by at least 100 members if it's the Lok Sabha, or 50 members for the Rajya Sabha.
So a decent number of MPs need to be on board just to start.
Exactly. Then the speaker or the chairman looks at the motion. They have the discretion. They can admit it or refuse it. It's not automatic.
A key check right there. What if it is admitted?
If admitted, a 3-member committee is formed to investigate. This isn't just any committee.
Right. Who's on it?
It has to include a sitting Supreme Court judge, a chief justice of a high court, and a distinguished jurist. So real legal heavyweights.
Ensures a high level of scrutiny. Makes sense. What does this committee do?
They investigate the charges thoroughly and then submit a report back to the House where the motion started.
And that report is key, I assume.
Absolutely. It's laid before the House. If, and this is the crucial part, if the committee finds the judge guilty of misbehavior or incapacity, then the motion for removal can actually be debated and voted on.
Okay, so the committee finding is critical. Then comes the vote. You mentioned a special majority. What does that mean exactly? This is important for exam takers.
It is. Listen closely here. For the motion to pass in each house, it needs 2 conditions met simultaneously. 1, a majority of the total membership of that house. So more than half of all seats, whether members are present or not.
Okay, total membership majority.
And 2, a majority of at least 2/3 of the members of that house who are actually present and voting on the day.
Wow. That's a very high bar. Both conditions together.
Extremely high. It's designed to be difficult, to protect judges from purely political removals.
And if it passes one house with that special majority?
Then the whole thing goes to the other house.
Yeah.
And they have to pass it with the exact same special majority.
Both houses, same tough requirement.
Correct. Only when both houses have adopted the motion with that special majority does it finally go to the president.
And the president then issues the removal order.
That's the final step.
So, wrapping this up, the Justice Varma case really becomes a live illustration, doesn't it? It shows these procedures under Article 218 and the Judges Inquiry Act in action.
Exactly. It puts flesh on the bones of the constitutional text. It highlights that constant tension, between needing an independent judiciary, free from pressure, but also needing real accountability to maintain public trust.
A delicate balance indeed. It makes you think, how well does this incredibly rigorous process serve both those needs in today's India? Something to ponder.